Well, statistics show that there are two types of employment lawsuits that are increasing dramatically. Attorney Jim Higgins with the Higgins Firm recently stopped by to tell us more. And we've got Jim back on the show today. Jim, welcome back.
Thank you.
All right, we're talking about some employment lawsuits that have dramatically increased. Tell us what those are.
So every year, the EEOC and all the courts release statistics, and they show how many lawsuits have been filed, and so we can compare them over the years. And last year, on the employment law side, there was a pretty big increase in the Family Medical Leave Act cases, about 23%. And the other type that was a big jump was what we call the Fair Labor Standard Act cases. What mainly you would see is I didn't get paid overtime, or I didn't get the minimum wage, and they increased about 10%. Most of the others stayed pretty constant, but there was a big jump in those two types of cases.
Okay, so why do you think the increase? What's going on there?
I don't know. I mean, well, we kind of talked about it because we have a big employment law section in our office, and we think over the years, one of the big equalizers has been in both of these types of cases, or in any case, is the internet. We have clients now that 10, 15 years ago, they would not have known that they were supposed to be getting overtime pay. There's a lot of myths out there. For instance, if somebody's getting a salary, they think that they're not entitled to overtime, and that's not true. We get a lot of waiters and waitresses that they're what we call tip pool violations, and there's just all sorts of different overtime type violations. And years ago, I think people would just say, well, okay, that's the way it works. But now you can get on your phone and find out you're working 60 hours a week, should you be getting overtime.
Right.
And the same with the Family Medical Leave Act. Somebody has an illness, and years ago they might go ask their boss and they'd say, nah, you don't get off. And now they can say, hey, I think I can. I got these 12 weeks. So it's just such a great equalizer when it comes to knowledge.
Right, people are a little more informed today with the use of the internet. So are you guys handling any of these cases personally in your firm right now?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we have several lawyers that do nothing but employment law, and I do a lot of employment law, and I will tell you ours has increased too, and it's probably a little bit of both. Again, people knowing when they've had the laws been violated. When the economy downturned, we got a lot of cases. People that were afraid to say something about their employer for violating the family medical leave or overtime laws. When they lose their job, then they call us. And I mean, I think we do so much of this as that grows. People, hopefully, if we do a good job on their cases, they tell their friends. This law firm got my overtime pay that I was due, and so all of those reasons I think have increased our caseload that we have at our office.
And we're almost out of time, but before we go, if somebody is maybe looking up something they feel like maybe they've been violated or in some way, can they call you guys and learn more?
Right. Call us, go to the website, email us. People do all the time. Sometimes they need us. Sometimes we can help them. Sometimes they don't. But regardless, we'll let them know where they stand.
All right. Perfect. Jim, thanks so much.
Thank you.
The Higgins Firm is serving Tennessee. Give them a call at 1-800-705-2121 or go to thehigginsfirm.com.